Yo, big up Wagwan, why pre where I deal with, where you depend up top blessings. And we're there back again with another one, you see. And this time we have a debutant on the channel, far over from the JA dugout. Rolando, where I deal with.
There, man. Everything good?
Yeah, man. Just did want to have a chat with a fellow treble winner. Had a City fan on the channel recently, but that was for a different series. It was more for breakdown. Basically the start of their Manchester City journey, how them become a fan and how the journey been for them so far. Would I really appreciate if you could have fought for one of them there. But later down in the line,
Yeah, man. No
today
problem.
today we have a whole heap of other things to talk about. Would I love to get your opinion pan. And would I love to start off in it right away. But you have to remind the people them say them have to like and subscribe to the
Yeah,
thing
man.
as well.
Like,
But
share.
sometimes they forget.
Yeah, true, man. True, man. Like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Don't know a thing.
100%. And the link to JA Dugout is in the title of the video. If you click it, it take you right over there, or it's also in the description. So whichever one you prefer, help them get them subscribers up as well. And now we can get right into the video. So start off with some really fresh news. Just come out to them, wake up and see it. Jasco, Gvardiol, Giant the Blues. What are your thoughts on this player and how do you think his time at Manchester City will be?
All right. Watch our couple games watching my Leipzig. Whenever from the time we get linked to him, and like take watch him couple games and like generational centre back. I can say generational. One for the ages. I can tell you, and I perfect club income because our structure right now with the four centre back
Mm,
in play as the left centre back. You know, and so John Stones play like driving the midfield.
right, invert.
Ju- Same with Gvardiol,
Me
driving
definitely
midfield.
feel like that was what Pepper think about when him see a
Yes,
player like him.
yes, because Alu Ake was because the most consistent defender this season, our most consistent defender this season, last season. When it comes to like playing out ball like ball playing, he kind of lacks that. I mean,
Right.
he improved, but it's still lacking. But he still can improve. But Guardiola has it. Naturally
So
gifted it.
one thing I actually just remember, if you recall the World Cup, come and watch a bit of Croatia play.
Yes, yes, I'll work up
Is
too.
after that Pep really start move John Stones into the
Yeah,
midfield. And that was what Guardiola do for the whole tournament.
yeah.
So
Even the season, even in Leipzig season.
maybe that is when Pep identify say, you know what, I want to sign that youth here. But for
Yes.
now, I'm gonna make John Stones do it because him can also do it. Now imagine both of them in the team and this play him a invert next time a Stones will go up like boy.
You can't
Sorry.
contain. If you try contain one, the other one let loose. So
But
it's
but
hard.
sorry for whoever I play against me.
Yeah, I'm sorry for them. Sorry for them. Cause
But
not only can they defend, they can also go forward as well.
and them love
Progressive ball.
defending. That's the
And they
thing.
love defend. And they
It's
love
not
defend.
like Cancelo where he's technically a
Yeah,
defender, but
give the body
he
enough
clearly
like
want to
defending.
go forward. Like, yeah.
For you give a right back, special left back as number 7. Number
Right.
number
Yeah.
7 shirt.
What got
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know what
you
got
know
yeah,
that.
yeah, you're right, you're right. But I would say on a less positive note, I'm also looking at Laporte and his situation. For me, Laporte is a player where me have great respect for.
I
I
love
remember
Laporte.
when him just come in and we put him next to
A
Vincent
company.
Company. And
Company, yeah.
trust me, that was the best centre back partnership
Yeah,
in the league
yeah.
for a good couple of years.
Good
Him
while,
come
good
in,
while.
hit the ground running same time,
Same time.
and the levels where him keep up at Manchester City was just so high. I feel
I
like
remember,
there's a lot of recency bias with them. The young kids are watching now, them not really
yeah.
appreciate Laporte as much. But we'll never forget. Even last season, I think him fracture him knee against Wolves and him play out the
Yeah,
rest of the
yeah, I'm
season,
playing
get
the
way over
last
the
game
line.
against Aston Villa.
Yep.
Because it's Laporte, as much as just we just highlight Guardiola and John Stones with ball playing. There's no ball playing the centre back that's better.
Mm,
The play like passing the ball, passing the centre back that's better than Laporte. In the league, I don't think in the world either, but in the league especially, when Laporte has
yeah.
switch players. Um, take the time when Laporte actually starts first. like I starts for us and like every winning league, like as a starter. We go 90 point season every time.
You're all right. Yep.
Yeah, because the first time he come was in January. As he come so, he come like today and tomorrow I play a match. You remember that West Brom game?
Yeah.
We got 100 points. The next season, you were fully start from game 1 to game 38. Start every game. We got
98,
98. Last season, 94.
93,
90,
I think. But yeah.
yeah, 94,
And
93.
that was only 3 seasons over past 90 points as well.
Yeah, you must say, yeah, the time when time Laporte as a starter, we got 90 plus
But
points.
to be fair though, one of those seasons, I think it was when we just signed Ruben Diaz and we see that great partnership with him and John Stone. That
Yeah.
league, that's the
No,
year they
no, no, no,
will
no, no, no,
walk the league. So
no,
we never
no,
really
no,
need to hit
no,
90
no,
points
no,
that
that
year, that to
no.
be real.
The time when we won the league with John Stones when Ruben Diaz come, it
Mm.
was the season where we lost to Chelsea in the last in the final. That same
Right,
season.
2020-21 season, yeah.
Yeah, but we never win. We got like 86 points that season. The
Right.
next
And
season,
we were
because the
like
last
12
season.
points clear of the next team.
Yeah,
So we
win the
never
league for
need
a
to hit
match.
90
Win the
points
league
to
for a
be real.
match.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Similar to
but
where Liverpool did do the year before.
yeah. But only won the league from March. But last season, at one time, Gunnagan came on and
Mm.
scored two.
Yeah.
Laporte was the starter that season because it was Laporte and Diaz or Laporte and still, but Laporte was the number
Right.
one guy. But I'm say you can see same time at winning alone because in Pepsi system right now, you have to can defend in the wide areas.
Right. For me,
Laporte,
I think he's really good as like a left-sided centre back. But when
yeah,
you
like
go put like the back three system and him up
yeah,
on the outside, I feel like
yeah.
he get kind
You're
of
gonna get
caught out.
rinsed. You're
Like
gonna get
for
rinsed. Yeah, trust me.
Him clearly make up his mind if him a go towards the attacker
Yeah,
or if him a go
yes,
tuck in and
yes.
bring the player in. Laporte seem like him get caught in at the middle a lot and
Yeah,
we see a lot of crosses are coming in and him
yeah,
just a watch
yes.
them.
And get like rush. And make a rush decision. Anytime
And him
out.
don't have the recovery pace as Ake either.
That's the thing. Like, Aka and Jar Walker. That's how you always lose out. That's why we don't like play him out wide. You understand? But in the
Yeah,
center where Ruben Diaz play, him can play as well. That as well. But we
right.
already Ruben Diaz already. We can't
And
run out of
exactly.
room. You
And
understand?
the concerning thing about that for me is we already signed Gvardiol, right? And it's a bit better to make sure you have the replacement and then you look at outgoings. But the season starts next week. As a matter of fact, we have a
Tomorrow.
game tomorrow. So if you really think about it, like, is Laporte still on the cards to leave? Like, where is he even going? I don't even see teams interested in him.
And,
And to
yeah, man,
me,
team
is that
interested.
like a
Team,
big disrespect?
no,
Like,
man,
oh,
team
me not
very
see no
interested
bids
in.
are coming in.
No, the reason no business scores coming in because we were like basically we never sure but Gvardiol. We must take a while to get Gvardiol.
True.
And we don't want like left shore for unsure. You understand?
Right.
So basically, like, oh, Gvardiol now. This morning I wake up after Gvardiol news. We heard that teams want Laporte is no Laporte is up for sale like for 30 million, which I think is very disrespect.
Cheap. That's why I wonder, like, oh, we now have 10 bids are coming already.
All right, teams like Arsenal, Liverpool, Mr. Aston Villa name. Yeah, but City don't want to send nobody again to a next.
An English team, yeah.
Because
Or else I think Spurs would be the
that's
perfect
why
place for him.
Arsenal. That's why we're not Arsenal predicament right now. Predicament right now
Mm,
because we still two away. Although I know we started them, but
mm,
role players will chime in a couple times. That brings the mentality to Arsenal, which you know
yeah.
kick on them season. We don't want that again. We don't want to start an next revolution in the Premier League. You understand?
Yes,
So
just
basically,
imagine if we sell Laporte to Spurs, like I say, and I play
yeah,
with Pastor Kaglu, fit in the
I
system.
perfect
Everybody else
system
are
for him.
play the nice football around him. Them go on to create a wicked defensive record, and we and them in a title race. Like, would I never sell to an English club again?
Ari now. Ari can't beat Spurs any other. So
Just
yeah,
oh God, man, we're not even
I hate
score
that
them yard,
stadium.
much less.
Me hate that stadium. We have passion.
All right. But just for move on quickly with the from the Laporte situation.
Mm.
Similarly, would I like to hear your thoughts on João Cancelo. Like
Into
he
going.
has played the preseason games. He's here still, I heard that Barcelona is interested,
Yeah, yeah.
and after they get their Dembele deal over the line to PSG, they will use a part of that budget to get João Cancelo into Barcelona. And I also heard that they make a 28 million pound bid for Cancelo. Now, would you accept that? And what are your thoughts on Cancelo's future at Manchester City?
All right. First, we've come in the guy in terms of talent, and it's there. Well, when they on farm, me not see the other left fullback. We can generate as much football. Like, for instance, like carry the ball to up the field, like take beating man, put in a good cross. Just build up play. You need a Cancelo perfect to
Mm,
build up play. Man, Laporte, that's why I enjoy last as much because the beauty of the football. Because remember, when I was a striker, and
right,
like everybody great in build up play. But Cancelo, first of all, he can't defend. We see the worst attack him and beat him. But
big respect.
yeah, yeah, respect. We see the worst left back wingers beat him. And this the case where him and Guardiola in a bus stop. I heard
Mm-hmm.
that bus stop manager over any player.
Facts.
Manager over any player. Because any idea, the system everybody go after. There was one system that's been successful for the last 7 years. It's last 7, 8 years right now. It's been successful. So me not gonna say well if and clearly Guardiola don't want him. Because we actually loan him out the deadline day. The last day of deadline January. So it was an emergency thing. You understand?
Right,
So basically if Guardiola don't want him, me no want him. Because I assistant I the guy for that. Yeah,
right.
I
You
told
have to trust what the boss say for
yeah,
real.
yeah, and I could expect too much things to do for it. You understand? I feel
Mm,
the least we can do is trust him. I if you don't want the man in club, that's all. I mean, it's a
right.
very talented player. Although I feel like 28 million, I say,
Yeah.
it's a cheap thing. But
Yeah, similar
based
to
on circumstances,
Laporte. Like
yeah, yeah.
Joe
But based
Joe
on
price that.
circumstances, we
Yeah.
well want to get cancel out for the books. But the Laporte 30 million is so disrespectful because I see worse than the back go higher. Worse than the
Yeah,
back.
like them 22-year-old youth where Spurs signed the other day,
Yeah,
50 million, like, and we sell Laporte for 30. I'm gonna
30.
be for euros
Me,
or pounds, bro.
no,
Like a
no,
joke
no, no,
price that
no.
fully.
They must say age is a factor in a replay much, but the quality is there. Anytime still
And him,
saying,
him start for Spain
yeah, yeah,
consistently.
yeah.
So I don't want to hear this about the
I
minutes
when
and all that.
I
It's
when him
one
start, him
season.
play good, bro.
Exactly.
I want to best. Me not care what I want to say. I want to best match this season. Funnily, like best, like I test, like I, yeah, I test like value and eyes, like
Mm-hmm.
ball playing was against nothing on first. Although we drew that game 1-1.
Oh right, yeah.
Yeah,
And
we
we
play.
create so many chances that
And
match. Don't
Laporte
know, my
was
vex
start.
man.
Laporte start. Like
Yeah,
yo,
yeah.
we start. Yo, we play. I blame
And I
for
think
him.
he
I
was
blame.
at fault for the goal as well.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
concede
That's
late,
the, that's the,
But the
that's
same thing I'm gonna tell you, just a
that's
little
the thing.
shut off
Yeah.
there on the left side.
Yes. And
But
that's why it not
offensively,
start. And
brilliant.
that's why it not start. You see when we feel like he won that game. He won that game like 3-4-0. John Stones would have really forgetting that team because Laporte
Mm.
played perfect that game there. And until the decision he make decision. Me mind do like and like ball cross and whatever.
It's
Make our
similar to even when we got knocked out of the Carabao Cup against Southampton.
yeah.
Again, Laporte and no, I honestly don't even think it was Laporte at fault. That was Sergio Gomez at fault for that one.
Always
I
him. I
think
like him.
I thought Laporte played a brilliant game that game as well.
Yeah,
Personally, in my opinion, we best player
yeah,
up on the pitch on the day. But
yeah. When
stuff
Laporte
like
play,
that
trust
all the
me.
time still.
When Laporte play, you see class. Let's just
Yeah,
be
man, it's
honest.
a ball game for real,
You
man.
see ball game. You see ball. Yeah. Yo, Laporte was not fair defender, until like Ruben Diaz.
Yeah, I can agree with that as well. That's what I'm say. Watching that partnership when farm with Vincent Company, me used to love watch Laporte play. The confidence him did have on the ball, off the ball, and for me, I think him did even a little bit faster back then. I think
Yeah, yeah,
after I
yeah.
remember
True.
him
I
did missing
injury.
a
I need
season
injury. I
after
need injury.
Right after Vincent Company leave the club, him have him ACL injury and him the out for the whole season.
That
From
that
that,
that
him come back, him have to adjust him game a little bit, but
yeah.
understandable as well.
All right, and I blame.
Big up Elijah as well in the chat.
Yeah, what go on? There.
But back to Cancelo just a little bit. Um, I'm looking at that situation. For me, I've heard a lot of people disrespecting the player. And ability wise, I don't think there's any room for disrespecting him outside of his defending. His
No, yeah,
defending
yeah.
clearly a problem, not good enough for
True.
Manchester City. But on the ball going forward, I still
Nobody better.
remain that best fullback in the world upon him
Nobody
day.
better. No,
Better
nobody
than
better.
Trent, I'll
Better.
argue that with anybody on
Trent
the
us
ball going
cross.
forward. And he's world
Like,
class at that, but
yeah,
the whole package of Cancelo going forward is better than what
nobody is
Trent
better.
offers you.
No one is
And it's
better.
just that simple. But after like what you said, the bus stop with Pep Guardiola,
They
there's no
can't, yeah.
coming back from that. I understand, if Pep wanted to keep him, I would have supported him 100% because
Want him stay.
I
Honestly,
defend
deep down,
any
want him
player
stay
in
still.
a blue shirt.
Yeah.
No man,
Want
I
him stay
personally
still.
think it's time for him to go. I think him
All right.
really show him true colors that time, like the bus stop, then crying to him agent, get me out of this club,
Yeah,
leaving
yeah.
on deadline day.
Yes.
I
I told
remember when
him.
we played Bayern Munich, him tell
I
Tuchel.
celebrate against the Alan. I told we keep
Yep,
going.
him tell
I
Tuchel,
forgot.
oh, you
We
took
forgot.
a,
We
him say
forgot.
in our interview, you took a Champions League from me. I hope you can win it for me now.
Two.
Yeah.
Look.
And
Yeah,
when
yeah, yeah.
Haaland
Like,
missing penalty, I laugh. I'm
he
like,
must celebrate the
okay.
most way.
Even there was one more thing that really crossed the line for me as well.
I totally forgot about
Right
that.
after him leave, him start blocking a lot of Manchester City accounts on Instagram. Like anyone who was like DMing him or commenting on any of his stuff, regardless if it was positive or negative, block, 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 block. And I'm like, so you don't plan to come back to Manchester City then? That's what it looks like. But all the same, if Pep wanted to keep
Yo,
him, I would have supported him.
everybody,
But I
like,
personally
there's no
want him to
club
leave,
except I'm
and I still rate him as a player.
a good player, but Bayern don't want him. He's lucky that Barca in the end took him up because
Yeah,
in it, if I was
I
start
think he would at least
in
get
the end, I have to
another
start
loan.
learn Chinese. I start Arabic, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I started Arabic, and I just started Arabic. I just started Arabic. I
No,
want
them
you.
them deny him. Them say no.
Yes,
We
yes.
offer him to
Then started
Saudi.
Arabic. I started
Mhm.
Arabic. I want everybody. Everybody was started Arabic, and then one consider him looking at himself. He's a great player, but ego. Too
Right.
much ego.
Yep.
You're not Ronaldo. You're
That's
not
him
Lionel Messi.
downfall.
You're not these legendary players. You're a great player. Like on the day, great on the ball. But come on, there's levels to this. You're trying ego. I'm feel like Alan. I feel like Alan because a lot of them man have shot in two colors, you know. So Alan is our basically our really first superstar,
Right.
like a really first superstar. And no matter what Alan get the praise, can know Alan has scored the goal them, right?
Right.
I feel like enough of them Utah. Like a City side, and my team, my love team, I feel like a lot of them kind of look envy Alan. I love Foden when you talk about Foden. No time
No,
say Foden.
we'll talk about Foden soon enough. Well,
No,
he's
no time say
definitely an
Foden.
upcoming topic.
No time say Foden. The one I want to keep. Well, can pass about to Alan.
Yeah,
I
man.
keep
Yeah,
it.
yeah. Last season, we know exactly what you're talking about. But we can't get onto that soon
Yeah.
enough. But before that, there's another
Mm-hmm.
player I specifically wanted to ask you about. Come here, you dissed him the other day, I'm
Who
there
that?
to defend him. You see me?
Who
And
that?
this
Who that?
player is Calvin Phillips.
If you go,
Now,
if you go, Calvin.
hold on.
What everybody?
Before
What
you start,
everybody?
let me explain my point. This man don't owe me nothing. I don't owe him nothing. I am not saying keep Calvin Phillips. My opinion is that last season, him not show with anything of note to say let's keep him. And I don't think that was his fault because him get injured early in the season in that Barcelona friendly in August. And him never come back from that until after the World Cup. When him come back after the World Cup, the team already never really in a that good form. You remember in a January we lose to United 2-1 at OT. And then it was we play Spurs 2 times, we beat them 4-2, then we lose the 1-0 with Hurricane, but the record. Like the Nottingham Forest match was around that, the charges coming around that time there as well. There was a lot of stuff going on in the team. And there was also a group of players who were excluded from the team because of them behavior. Kyle Walker was in that group. I think KDB was in that group.
Foden.
I'm not sure if Foden was in that group.
Yeah,
Diaz
man,
was
49.
injured at that point in time. Stones was injured at that point in time. Rico Lewis and those players started coming into the team as a result of that because Pep decided that he's only going to play the ones who are playing out them
Oh,
heart, right? Now,
yeah. True.
because the team was not really in that best possible form at that time, I feel like that was really what kept Calvin Phillips out of the team. Because Pep is not going to say, oh, you barely play no minutes because of your injury. No, I'm going to put you in the team because the team has struggled. That's not going to happen. So for me, I'm already kind of write it off as a like, you have to go do something next season for really show me, say, yo, I'm going to keep you. I mean, I really want
Yes.
to get into that culture of get rid of this player because he have one bad year. If
No, no,
more
no,
give my
no.
shot. Same similar with Grealish because Grealish never really have the best first year. May I say,
Me
you know what?
defend
I'm
Grealish.
the second year, I'm gonna see what you're doing at the second year.
Yes.
For
All
Philip,
right.
again, me not say him do anything for say keep him, you know. But me want to see this season what him a go do before me decide whether we are keep him or let him go.
All right. Me no. All right. I'm telling you. Grealish, with that, all players them way start off for the first season.
Mm,
Always give you a glimpse of hope going to next season. In the Pep
true.
era. In the Pep era. First was Bernardo Silva. Bernardo Silva came at City. Um, he never started as much because they have the Silva and the KDB and the Fernandino partnership. But we was playing on the wing. And he used to play poor sometimes in the first 6 months. First 6 months he played poor. And in the last,
Mm,
him start gelling us and we say, oh, okay, he's a good player. Look out for him next season. And the next season, we won't go the domestic quadruple. We win everything, domestic treble, we win everything.
18, 19.
Yeah. I always play that. You understand? Also, Leroy Sané, the year when Pep come, Leroy Sané came the same season when Pep come. And like,
Yeah,
him start off poor. And in the last couple of games, like, business in the season, him start perform. So it's alright, Sané season, next season. And he did perform next season. And it's performed till he leave. Grealish, remember West Ham game when he score, make it 2-1
yeah,
and
yeah. And we went
yes.
on to draw the game 2-2.
I best game for City, like when come City first. I best game in first season. Mr. Alright Grealish, yeah man, continue that for the next season. Calvin Phillips like give me no chance, bro. Calvin Phillips go play in the FA Cup. And like in a get game, you get game the cup games then. You
Yeah.
understand? Like the Carabao Cup game and Southampton, he played poor that game. I can't forgive him for that game by the way.
Hold on, before you continue. That Southampton match was the first match I think that was him debut for Manchester City, you know.
No, no, come on, man, come on, that's
Aside
yeah.
from the thingy, the friendly game. The thing is, you know, you have, as I said, like him injured for a majority of the first half of the
But
season. And with Pep, just like the players we name a while
call him
ago.
out enough
Jack
time, no.
Grealish. Well, I know. You mentioned Jack Grealish. You mentioned Bernardo Silva. You mentioned Leroy Sané, right? Now, I also throw in Cancelo in that because team first year was not good.
And
The difference
Raji too.
Rodri's situation different. I mean, I get to that as well. The difference between them four players here and Calvin Phillips is that the first half of the season is where Pep usually making bag of changes and tests and all them thing here. The second half of the season is when them know say, yo, this is business end. And I want to connect my win streak. Just like that same 18-19 season, we'll go on for win 14 game in a row and beat Liverpool. Like, him now go say, oh, let me just take out that starter here and try out that youth here right now. Time for trying out things done. Well, unless a Champions League and I'm overthink it as it. But that's a whole another kick of fish. With Rodri, the thing is with Rodri, for him first season was that same season there when I say company just leave and Laporte get him injury. So Fernandinho, who would have normally starting at the midfield, a play centre back next to either Otamendi or Stone. And we need Rodri now for play CDM and centre back. So him did have to play a lot of minutes regardless. The thing is with Calvin Phillips now, for me, I'm sure you agree, Rodri is the best CDM in the world, bar none. Now tell me about Casemiro, you tell
My
me
fault.
about
Come on,
Kimmich,
come
you
on.
tell me
You can't
about
come on.
Partey or Rice.
Well,
Rodri is
Casemiro
him.
can't pass the ball good. Pass
Casemiro
the
is, I
ball.
mean, Rodri is him. So at what point? And he was not one of those players that Pep was looking at and saying, "Yeah, cause a fussing at the dressing room and you not play out your heart." Roger always give him 100% best. So at what point in time was Pep going to say, "All right, Roger, don't play that match here. I go play
No,
Phillips, who
no.
injured for the
Remember this season.
majority of the first half of
Remember,
the season."
more I remember this season. Good. Remember by the time we have Bayern. Remember that time I season where
Mm-hmm.
Roger tired of the time in play
The year
55.
where you just call Bayern Munich.
No. Let me get it.
Mm.
He already been like 55, 50 games in time. Also every game, right? But had Bayern. We won't play Bayern in the second leg. Remember, Roger make a burst of speed and like in go on knee, like in only knee, tired.
Yeah,
The
I remember that.
Wednesday we had Bayern. Saturday we have a game against Sheffield United in the Sheffield, yeah,
Oh,
the
yeah, the
semi final.
semi-final. And to that, I 100% agree with you. Him definitely should have played a match there. Elijah, I get to your comment really soon, by the way. I'm definitely see you. I get to that. But I definitely agree with you with that. For me, that would have really tell me if Pep was planning to trust him or not. And that is when I start to listen to a lot of people saying maybe Pep don't want to keep him. But that's why I say if Pep did decide to let him go, more than really cost. But he's here. So I want really give him the chance to prove like show like how you said them show with something in the first year. That first year you basically get half a year for show me something. You see? And that year they would have go on for win a treble. So it kinda hard for really force in at the team right there. Now, first and foremost, you have to stay fit for the first half of this season. And if you not show me something by even December, then me I go really start to think I say, yeah, might be by January that you have to go come out.
Alright. Even game against Sheffield, I remember. Remember I said good when I can play the game, you know.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Roger still
Roger
get
still have
rested and he
command.
never play.
Roger still have command in the last 5 minutes, you know. Calvin Lewis was on the bench, you know. Roger are holding me almost every game that I'm tired, you know. No, we are going to a season now, a new season now, where approximately
Mm.
we are play as much we are go far in the league. And we are gonna go far. Well, we might be 13, 38 again, but
Yeah.
we are compete. We are compete. We are compete for Champions League again. Hopefully, yeah, we are compete for Champions League again. And maybe we go for. We feel like we go for Carabao Cup again because I feel come
Yeah,
channel.
I miss it in here, man. I miss
Yes,
it,
the
man.
yes the.
You know,
Mr. Money,
Alvarez get everything else.
Mr. Money
He
win in
need a
February.
Carabao to it.
Mr.
Funny
Money
so.
win in February. I'm quite sure at Champions League. I say only we are winning four times straight.
Nobody
Only
no
say
business.
only say energy drink. Now at Champions League, I understand. The more I back, more my Carabao Cup,
Yeah.
my Carabao Cup than FA
And you
Cup.
know what bun me too? Liverpool win it. And like with it, when we did win the fourth one, we tie with them, then Liverpool win it, them have the most now. Man, no man, we
Yeah.
need to
See,
have the most Carabao Cup. What happened to
yeah.
them?
See, when you've had the more or something, at least a
Yeah,
Carabao, when you've had more or something.
facts,
You
facts.
understand? So what going on is now, dog. It's like we go some Calvin Phillips not play that game there. Calvin Phillips and then Raji still come on in the end part of the game there. And then remember, Saturday we have a game, and then the Wednesday we have Arsenal at home. We're getting a 4-1.
Yeah.
And then after that we have Fulham. And then Calvin Phillips got playing either one or two of them game either
What
against
that what
Fulham.
that tell me was that like the season they already
In a
get too
trust him, dog.
late
In a
to
trust
where
him.
Pepper exactly. But for me look on it, Pep never trust him for that season
No,
because it's
no,
already
okay.
gone bad.
But it's just Rico Lewis.
But that's the thing. I'm glad I mentioned Rico Lewis because a lot of people are trying to beat him with that Rico Lewis stick there. Rico Lewis was one of those players in at that time when time players did not really go on bad and Pep pull them out of the team.
And
Kyle
Rico
Walker
Lewis
was one of
started
those
this spark
players.
in our season.
Rico Lewis come in for that Spurs game one time. Remember Pep they come out in the press conference and he
I
might cuss
said,
the whole of the man them say, oh,
I
man, I
said, no
recognize my
passion, no
team.
passion.
The man, exactly. Rico Lewis was the one who come in for Kyle Walker because John Stones is injured at the time. So him get him chance to get thrown in at the fire. You see, if Roger was one of those players like Kyle Walker, would he get pulled? Calvin Phillips would have been the one who come in. And if him they play well, him probably would have get a little run of games. But at no, and you have to remember, Pep was a CDM, you know. Him rate the position here fully. And him know how important it is to the entire construct of the midfield. So if you have a player like Roger who is clearly the best, and the two of them Spanish, like him now go so quick for pull him out of the team just to try a next thing. That all me I try to look on.
But
Must I try to be
when
fair, you know.
Calvin Phillips
I
play,
try to be fair to the two of them.
when Calvin Phillips do play, you see, don't always say yo,
When the we play a preseason game that day, I watch. Kovacic, I do all of the thing them when me want to see from Calvin Phillips.
yeah,
The
yeah,
main
yeah,
problem I have
against
from him
Bayern.
is just him
I
positioning,
Bayern play
bro.
against,
Like,
yes, I
uh,
Bayern.
no, I think
Yo,
it was the first
coach,
one. The first one, man. Yokohama. That one there, me I talk.
but he play against Bayern as number 6 too. And bro, he man show me more things than Calvin Phillips for all year.
No,
It
the
don't make
two
no
of them up
sense.
on the field the same time in a Yokohama. That's what I compare the
Oh,
two of them. But you're right. Him they play really good as the six against Bayern, and that
yeah,
that Calvin Phillips supposed to afraid about that too. That's the thing. 'Cause like this a next man now a
yo,
play in a your position.
we might go for Caicedo. Where that I had to come out and say it's an unnamed club. It's an unnamed club.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, it's an
This
unnamed.
is
And
this is mad
yeah,
still. One more game, bro. Like that's kind of
yeah, yeah. Make
better
you
you
one
give
more
up on
game.
him now if
Make
you
you
if
one
you
more
only a
game.
game one game. Just give
One,
up on
one
him
leave no,
now.
no. One Calvin leave no, but make you one more game.
So for me, what me think, so a good sign is that him come preseason early. He was the first one to come back and start putting some extra work. It was only 2 days,
I don't
which
think
for
one
me,
thing.
it should have come back earlier than 2 days. But I see where you try get you show a little bit of intention of saying you come back earlier and do some extra work with Pep. Fair enough. For me, you have to look on this community shield match tomorrow and I say, yo, me have to do something in a training to make Pep start me. And then me need to play good against
Start to,
Arsenal to show
start
Pep,
to.
say, you know what?
You're mad man.
You really think Reggie have to start the community shield, bro?
No,
Or Reggie
listen.
approve the
This
community
community,
shield?
allow community shield. This community shield is very important. The reason why, Arsenal want to make a statement. Because Arsenal beat me for
Hundred
all long.
percent, 100%. But look at
Arsenal want to
last
have the
season.
psychological edge over we. Because then I mean for all long, they want to beat we and say, oh, we can beat them and beat them to the title. When you
Right.
need to beat Arsenal and kill
I
them,
think they're gonna come out strong.
them are come was very, very strong. This game do not fit for Calvin Phillips. It's Calvin Phillips start, we're gonna get pumped.
To be
You
honest, like
understand?
that's all the more reason why I'm wanting to start though.
Trust him.
Like if yeah, exactly. Like for me, I like the idea of like how them say you have to
Watch him
give them
start
the
him.
rope hang themselves. Like you can't say me not give you the chance to go out there and take on the world. So
The unfair
me I
thing,
go
man.
play me I go play Phillips, but it's a community shield, bro. Like for me, community shield is the match where you can really go and express yourself. Like go out
True,
and play your
true.
best. If we lose the match, it has
Also,
nothing on our season, nothing at all. Nobody now
true.
boss will lose community shield.
More than six people though. Don't
And
get started.
if him not play well even in the first half and not showing nothing, then you can make a sub. But at least you know so you start him and give him opportunity. It's different when you start a match and try to fake it versus like you come on and especially as a CDM and I try to do a thing after. Would I
True.
prefer start with Phillips and then shore it up with Rodri than start with Rodri and then make Phillips see out the game because that now really help him for when Rodri out and he need to start a game next time. So, would I want to see him start that match here and really see where I'm going with? Like, show me what about him if really a root for. You hear me there defend him? Like, prove to me I'm supposed to defend him. And if you can't do that, I'm going to stop. I'm going
I
to dip on the
never
next
see
side and
someone
say, yo,
defend
brother,
Calvin
come out
Phillips.
of this.
Say if the day before yesterday, I was talking to my friend, and like it's all Stefan. I'm gonna say, yo, everybody have a stance. Cancel having stance right now. Everybody
no.
having stance.
No,
Lamport,
no.
everybody have their stance in
Yeah.
a Stefan base. Me never see someone that one person defend our stands Calvin Phillips. But all
I'm not
agree
that big of
collectively
a fan of
that,
Calvin
that, that
Phillips, to
is
be
that
real
is
with you.
not good. You know what I'm
For
saying?
me, I just a try to be fair. Like, me not want a player come to Manchester City and feel like, say, me that be unfair with them in terms of expectations. I must say, like, if him show me say him not good enough, why would I be defending him? But
Miss,
he
yeah.
me not see same don't good enough, and me not see same good enough. Because him not play. Him not playing a ball game. So I
I'm
say just
watching him.
show me something.
Yeah. I'm watching my leads and like him can switch play good. He
That's
can
the
pass
thing.
about.
Like, more want the Leeds Calvin. Just like how me used to say, more want the Aston Villa Grealish, more want the Leeds Calvin Phillips. You see me? If you can't even give me that, you can be a good backup to Rodri. But if you're not, if this is what we are gonna get, then no, it's not gonna work. But
We
enough
need that
about
deal.
Calvin Phillips still. Enough about Calvin Phillips. I want to talk about Foden moving into the midfield this season. Because that's where he play majority of the preseason games. Gundogan leave that spot. I don't think Kovacic is a replacement for Gundogan. I feel like Foden will be playing alongside and over KDB this season. So, what are your thoughts about Foden in the preseason and what is to come for his Premier League season or his
Alright.
22-23 season?
Alright, Foden start at midfield now. Remember, sir, I'm midfield. He's
Yeah,
a midfielder first, you know.
right.
A Pep and him Taliban ways and terrorist ways. Put him on a wing, you know. You
Yeah.
understand? Yeah, but I'm very excited. That's a exciting season. Not because I want to see Foden in midfield because it did prior to that. Because remember saying the season went two seasons back to back. We started in midfield and it performed well. 2021 2021 2021
Mm-hmm.
season when we go Champions League final, I midfield base in play majority of the season, you know. One time score a goal against Liverpool and
Past nine.
yeah, the first nine and
Yeah.
sometimes gonna midfield as well. Sometimes start midfield man, Brian and Harry man going like that. I can't forget
Yeah.
like
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. And even in some cup games as well.
yeah, I didn't play well. And the season before that when no start gradually getting a team at midfield. And last season start play for me. Take a wing position. Because although we now play no striker last season, he's play like false nine or on the wing. But the build up play still perfect because everybody a midfielder. If you play a wing, you're still a midfielder because of midfield. You understand? We feel like midfield for the best position attacking midfield when we have De Bruyne. So we feel like this season at Foden season this. Foden season stamping time stamping self in a starting lineup as a
Mm-hmm.
midfielder. You understand? Hello,
Yeah.
in a winger right now, like a shoe right winger, but midfield more as a Foden. In a
I
midfield.
feel like him a go do both because there will be a point where say maybe
Yeah,
Kovacic a play good and KDB fit. Like possibly him a go be that right wing piece and give Bernardo a rest sometimes. But I
yeah.
do think him a go get majority of the minutes in the midfield. And I think Kovacic will I think he'll play a lot more games than some people expect, but at the same time I think he'll get rotated a lot more than some people expect. Because Kovacic is a player you can bring on to slow down the pace of the game and
He
gain
can
more control.
impress his standing. Everybody can really press him and get him
And
on the back.
so some games him can come on, some games him can start, and then we put in a Foden over him, and then some games him just sit out and don't play at all. I still feel like him going to hit a lot of game time in terms of minutes and in terms of matches played. But Pep always have that nice balance of where him can rotate the team and everybody feel like them get enough football for the season. And we in a 6 competitions, like I said, now, even though some of them are some short competitions, we join the Club World Cup or like semi-finals or quarter-finals or something like that,
Semi-final.
and the Super Cup are just one
Final.
half match. But regardless, um, there will be a lot of football to be played, over 60 games. So everybody can get a piece of the pie. But for me, like I say, Foden proved himself on the wing already. I think last season him really should have done more. But again, that's
Injured.
not team fault because him
I
get
injured.
two injuries and
And the
him did have
surgery.
the surgery as well, right? So I'm not gonna look on that. That's why I comment for one on the video them the other day. Reynolds did I talk to must say Utah and he must say something about Foden season because second half of the season him never good. I mean, I said, bro, like that's so shameless because the man even really
No.
did that play
It's
because
those
him injured. Like,
it's
come on, man.
no, it's in the group I'm in with them. It's a Foden hate group. I don't
Okay.
know why them hate Foden. I don't know why. Because honestly, you can't compare talent, gifted players like Foden to left back or Saka.
You remember when them used to try compare him to Mason Mount? I mean, I
And,
said,
Sa-
bro,
and
what?
Saka, Mr. Badman. Foden as a talent, Mbappe talent, and a man, they upper talent. Foden one of the most talented players ever see.
So
Send
them
you wrong.
talk about soccer world class and them thing there too?
Bro, some things I'm here. First of all, someone like argue say, oh, Martinelli, they prefer Martinelli than Mbappe. Believe me.
Oh yeah, me hear some of that stuff.
Believe me, them say that. Like, this is why we
Janos
know Arsenal win the
Christ.
league. That's because of the group. And my mother's Arsenal fan, a huge Arsenal fan. And because all the she and them go on Arsenal fans, trust me, I can't stand the club. You understand?
But
So,
me hear
yeah.
so many people that talk about them want City lose the league last year. I'm like, bro, we're not gonna regret that anyhow. We do lose it. Cause we have to go suffer listening to Arsenal fans talk about it for the next 10 years. I know next year that gonna stop. Trust me.
No? 10 years. Because it didn't talk about the invincible season and 20 years. That. Imagine.
Right,
Just
just for sure,
imagine.
just for sure, yo. But I feel like Foden is that player that I will be like watching throughout the whole season, no lie.
Yeah, man. Foden have to start.
Um,
And Foden,
I'm really
never an
excited. You know,
excuse
you
for
have
him.
like a connection there with the homegrown player as well. And him at my age. So me also look on this
Yeah.
youth I do it and I say, yo, John was star, man. Like,
Foden a
why
legend,
be
man.
successful, man?
Hey, you see Foden I get game. People start to see more because Greece Foden, me know how Greece get more trust than Foden. But anyways, if Foden I get game, man, trust me. And getting nice. I don't think Foden need to let go the bad man ways, but let's start. But he need to let go the bad man ways. No,
Oh, just
that
to
call
touch on
for.
that real quick. Yeah, that thing where you mentioned with the passing. Remember you used to shout off ITV Vex, you know, like,
I
yo,
just
pass
saying
the
it in a
ball, no
preseason.
brother, man.
In a preseason it against Bayern.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
I
It
mean
was
somebody
by
pass
second
man, no?
match.
Him still like he need to let go that way, is it? If
But
you're
the
up in
thing
the
is, I
midfield,
feel
you have to
like
facilitate the
similar with the
striker.
start of last season, I feel like he might try to find the balance between yo, me need to score more goals and me in a good position and me need to
All right.
pass this.
I
And
know
after
cinema.
a while, I remember
Yeah,
you remember that Manu game where we beat them 6-3? I mean I forget that still enough. But
can't forget.
him score a trick in that game, and I think him did have an assist as well. And the two of them they just create for each other so well. And for me, him did have pass the ball exactly at the right time. Them for me, that one time I feel like he did start a click, and that was shortly before him end up getting first injury for the season, and that
I
just
know
kind
say
of
trust me.
throw everything out of
If
the
you know
way.
I get injured man, you never trust me.
Oh my
20,
god, man! Yeah, that would have been best season as a City player. But no, we look back on it as a bad season, and I think him score must say
no, and
one
a bad
less
season,
goal than Saka.
and a bad season, to me, In just never get the amount of game in shit like it. You
Yeah,
understand? Yeah, you
fully.
understand? But
And
he still
everybody I
try
look on
me.
it like the important games, he never really play them. He never really
Yeah,
play a
and
role
that's why.
against Madrid or
That's why.
Inter or well, yeah, he play against Inter, but he never start. Um, but yeah, and
Is he the squad chance when Crip by himself against Inter?
God man, yo, he need to fix up
Everything
on the
about it.
shooting still. He need to call
Yeah,
Sane
by
and make
shooting.
Sane teach him how to beat it off a left foot still, you know.
Trust me, he needs
Cause
shooting. And if you score that, I best Champions League got ever. Remember
oh
tell you,
God man,
so no goal. That turn there alone. That turn there alone.
yo man, that's way you know. Yo,
The
for
man
them
dead.
different still. For them different. But just really quickly before we move on, nobody can come tell me about a soccer world class because them are telling me say City is not a big club before we win the Champions League. So is soccer world class and him never yet playing at the Champions League, even a one match. That makes sense?
Bro. Bro.
Keep the same energy.
Saka has more um what I already know. Choking moments, like choker moments
Mm,
where it literally gives up either the country or his club. Like the two of them either in club or in country I go for a second one I reason why then have the trophy and instead like it shows. Arsenal fans that's why Arsenal are never prosper because Arsenal fans don't hold them club and hold them players accountable.
mm.
No, tell me now. Our man can get defended like the man Saka goes up and miss a penalty. It is score a penalty, they go and win that game. And
Yeah.
then I lead way, going to the match have the confidence. Then I beat Southampton and I have more confidence going to our match. Who knows what I go on in a full match. I feel like West Ham, but who knows? You
Yeah.
understand? That penalty was so vital. You understand? And even Russia, Saka start, then I win nothing. Pepe, literally, and Aubameyang literally won them a FA Cup. The last time, no trophy. Then send them in exile, and 2 man in exile. The star boy Saka them a hype up, right? Still no win nothing. In first season, I got Champions League. Arsenal first season, I got Champions League in
Oh
7
man, I
years.
wait to see what them do.
Bro,
And
but tell this, every time I be more, even at World Cup, who gave away the ball to make sure I'm in the score? Saka, bro.
mm,
Saka missed the penalty against Euros. Or in the big moments, Saka, you can't win. Listen, this is a big clip. We cannot win anything with Saka. A big trophy, you might win a FA Cup, fair enough, or Carabao Cup. When it comes to big trophy like League or Champions League, you will not. And I repeat, you will not win it with Saka as a starting right winger. You're not. Saka don't believe for that. Me growing up much for a few years, me see players with that minerals.
well,
Get some
there you
players with
go, guys. You will see that clip as a shot on the channel later. Just
yeah,
stay
yeah,
tuned.
man. Mark it down.
All
Yeah,
right,
some
but
players. Yeah, some
for
players
me,
with
like
skills.
them always come with this dead argument about,
Yeah,
oh, Saka could have do a Foden do in a City team because him not
I
really
hate
have the
that.
same
I
pressure.
hate that narrative.
Bro, like we're talking about player for player here. Them rolling at the team is obviously different. Foden is not our star boy. Well, he's the star boy, but he's not like our key player.
Only
He's not
star.
yeah, exactly. He's not the KDB or the Haaland of the team where it's like you're the marquee player right now. You have to put the team on your back and push over the line. That
Take
is
only
Saka
start my
there.
side. There's
Talent
a point.
wise, Foden can go do that. What can Saka do with a football what Foden can do? Please, can
Nothing.
somebody explain that to me?
Nothing at all. We can tell you 10 things the phone can do with a football than soccer can do. You understand?
And the only
Understand?
argument me listen to is that for England, but I'm not gonna use Southgate
Southgate.
ball knowledge
Yeah,
to judge
attack
who
it.
is the
Oh my
better
god.
player. Like
Oh my
if
god.
him want if
Southgate
him
gets
want Saka over Foden, all right, but him also want Maguire over how much other centre back.
John
So
Innocent.
all
I
right.
start over. John Innocent I still I start and Jonathan already. You understand? They might use a manager knowledge will get sacked twice. No, get sacked and relegated twice. For them somebody. For the narrative. For the narrative.
Yeah.
A manager will get sacked and relegated twice. I'm this bro. You understand?
Anyways, just
That time last year. Not trophies, not when they
mm,
accomplish individually or collectively with them club. No. Well, Southgate. Southgate opinion and some of the other opinion and the reason. That made no sense, bro. Southgate already. Anyways, yeah.
yeah, just to move on again, cause I'm not sure how much time you can do it today. But we want to talk about three players who came along with us on the preseason tour over Asia. One of the players we're a bit more familiar with around the first team than the other two, but the three are Cole Palmer, James McCarthy, and Oscar Bob. So with Cole Palmer, he has been amongst the first team fully from last season, and he didn't really get a lot of opportunities to really show himself. Again, we were on to win a treble, so opportunities were limited. But players like McCarthy is coming back from loan, and Oscar Bob is
I'm
the,
excited to
the
market
first
too.
the first real introduction into the first team. So, what are your thoughts on what these three players can give us this season? You think all three of them will be staying with us throughout the season, and who are you most excited for out of the three?
Alright. Copa Madea, Copa no team in and out. Speaking in the game. Very excited for him. We can send to Brighton though. A team like a Brighton,
Mm.
Aston Villa, where they're building talent and making it better. Cool, can loan them on. We're excited for McCarthy. But we watched McCarthy a couple of games in a championship where he played for Sheffield.
Mm-hmm.
Trust me. We know say we don't want to play against in FA Cup semi final. But you know say parent club and
Yeah,
you
yo,
know
I they
yeah.
really want him and Tammy to play for real.
Yeah, we don't want to see two of them play still, but I say go. You understand? McCarthy makes sense for Matic. McCarthy is a midfielder with it resembling game like a Bernardo, like although he can pass like a KDB, but you know, we feel like we can put McCarthy there so, but he might go in the foreign game, you understand? If we play a midfield, but we can put Miami, we want to make it more.
Yeah,
I love
and
games like
that's
season.
it's always go back to why I'm always say Pep love versatile players. So like
Yes.
you can move around. If for Sheffield, him drift over to the left side and play on the left side of the midfield as a left mid. A whole heap of games. And in the academy, if you actually watch, not only does he play centrally, he also can drift over to that right hand side and play like a right winger. We see a little bit of that in the preseason games as well. So space I got the team get a chance and show
A
himself.
good player, man. Rate him, a good player.
And what about Oscar Bob?
Oscar Bob good too, you know. Watch him a couple games before. Yeah, he can play, but we give him an next loan note stint.
For me, I was kind of shocked with how good he was. Similar to
Yeah.
Rico Lewis. Like, what I like about Rico Lewis,
Regardless about like
tactically,
I said,
him good.
generational talent in there. Like
Tactically, he's really good. Him can do it. But that is like majority of Manchester City players. What me is particularly rate about Rico Lewis, the man is a warrior, bro.
yeah.
Even when we play Bayern, like, remember the same play where James McCarthy score off of? The Upamecano go over the man and ease the man off of the ball and the man beat him, like shrug him off, get himself in the
And
box,
pass
get
it.
the shot, and then block off and come over to where
McCarthy.
McCarthy did. And just them little thing they like, this man never shy down from a challenge yet. No matter who it is, them could have big, them could have
I'm
like
honestly, I'm
strong, like
honestly
them not
18.
in the
I'm
business.
honestly 18.
And him just turned 18 through the season. Him coming on the team at 17. So that level of maturity I'm always see from him is like every time me
It might
see him in
get
the
game, man. It might
lineup
get
or
game.
see him come on, I start to think, oh, young Rico Lewis, I wonder him can show me today. But anytime him start play, it's like, yo, no, that you to play like a big man, bro. Like seriously. And Oscar Bob, like more going forward creatively, me get that same vibe there from him. Like him not afraid to show him ability upon the ball and take
And
on
take
a
on
player.
and thing.
And I don't feel like that will be enough for him force away into the team. But Pep clearly like him. So if we do keep him, I feel like it's gonna be a bit like Cole Palmer where if we're up 4-0, 5-0, he might can come in. Maybe can drop in at the midfield if sub out Foden, put on Babar or McCarthy, something like that. But I feel like him probably would have been better loaned out personally. And I would prefer to loan out Bob since it's his first time I come up into the
Yeah,
team and
yeah.
keep Cole Palmer and see what him can do, especially since Mares gone. But if I get a Mares replacement, then yeah, Cole Palmer might need to go out as well. McCarthy, like you say, I completely agree. I really like what I see from him, man.
Rate him.
Really, really like what I see from McCarthy. And he's another one who played a lot of maturity. And that is because he might get built from championship ball game. You know that
A
rougher
different type of
than
ball game.
Premier League ball game, you see me? So if we come in with, I feel like that's exactly what him did need as a matter of fact. Like maybe if we did loan him out to a Premier League team, he would have
Yeah.
developed in a different way. But I feel like him get so used to playing against youths and youth-minded defenders. Now he might play
Championship
against the
ball
big
game.
man, them him really maturing
Championship
in
ball
play.
game. Championship ball game. A survival ball game. So him have the warrior mentality. The mentality you need to win a championship. I win something. We never give up mentality. You understand? I already showed it in the FA Cup against Tottenham. I basically beat them myself. And that's I'm so vexed that he couldn't play against me. Hello, you want?
Yeah.
Yeah, Yeah, but why I'm so okay say hello, I see where I come from. So say you're winning the best for make a team win a trophy. And for Carl Sheffield to semi-final to the FA Cup. That's good. That's good. So we need entire players there. You understand?
100%. But aside from all those players who we have discussed, is there another player in the team you're keeping an eye on for the season?
Alvarez, I won. Grealish. No. Make sure I want to say. Make sure I want to say in chat back, into this, into that, in dribble
Numbers.
part.
Numbers, yeah, talk.
Grealish need to step up.
I
Goal
agree.
square wise.
I agree.
We love Grealish, Don't get me wrong. We really love Grealish. Grealish is a baller, but the lack of GAs is really getting to me now.
For me, though, like what I seen at the second half of the season. The first half they dry, but the second half I will get majority of the numbers I'm already get. So give me that the full season, and for me, my would have been like give me 10 goal, 10 assists.
Yeah,
I'm gonna take that.
Want a double, like a 10 goal, 10 yes.
We'll take that from Grealish.
Right. If
Same
he can
thing with
do that,
Bernardo
if he
on the
can play
next
so
side,
good,
I'm gonna play right wing.
yeah, if he can play so good without the numbers, if he get the numbers, then trust me, I'm beat. Like, trust me,
Yeah.
I create enough chance, but me say the lack of GAs that kill me. Alan kind of step up in bar game, like in bar playing, like you score a goal, then yes, but Pep side different. They want a man we can not drop back like Hurricane way, like a midfielder, but a man we can 1-2. You understand? You understand, man we can, So he might develop his skill against Arsenal. I want the best game he ever play for it.
Right, that's true. That
Trust me, the man, I don't score. It's like if I score, trust me, I might match me that performance.
Yeah.
The man that kill them with the ball game.
That's true, man. From the start of the match, 6 minutes in, and then get that play there, pass it through to KDB. Me I say, people, you know what? Not even just that. You remember the same 6-3 match against Man U? The man get a ball on the left side. Oh my God, brother. Nobody now want to talk about it. You know, Sam done the season with more assists than Erdogan.
Yeah.
And more than 3 times what Kane do.
when my hype up say a ball playing striker, bro, can forget the matter. But you see, Alan can do it through the season and score the same amount or less, like say 3 more or less,
Mm.
and get a set Alan. We not have to worry about treble again. We gotta do it again. Cause Alan need to show up like he show up like big games though. Don't get me wrong, he show up like
Yeah.
enough big games. But certain time it's too easy for mark out. You understand? If a man
Mm.
wanting more, you see it. Sometimes man make like to me Rudy gonna really mark him out. You know, I just the man that's not pass about to the man. It
And
gets
I feel like personally, this might sound so mad, probably a hot take, but for me, I think a prime version of Foden and Haaland is a better combination than Haaland and KDB what we saw last season. Because agility wise, Foden beat KDB in regards to that, on the ball agility. So if you look on that Champions League final we play, when Haaland did get marked out of the game as he was, like the marker they're right beside I serve him, I mean. They're right beside him and hug him up basically.
true.
And Foden did exploit the whole of that space there and get into some crazy up positions in the box. For KDB, I feel like he would have more like I still look for create or get like a burst and then shoot or something like that. But Foden can actually weave himself through that space there.
Yeah,
And I
yeah.
feel
I
like
mean,
playing off of each other
Foden's
like
a
that,
dribbler.
especially with Haaland improving in ball playing skills, like I said, bro, that combination would have been so mad. It
And
literally
the boy
wouldn't even
young.
matter what you do to Haaland. It could have man mark him so till them still would have kill you.
More the player, alright, the KDB now. Alright. Difference between KDB and me can understand where I come from because if I want for KDB in that game, I'll have Marco KDB. If you do mark him out now, I'll get Marco because I only one person directly pass the ball to
Find
him.
him.
You see,
Mm-hmm.
8 out of 10. Like, if De Bruyne find him, the man not find him. So when 10, I don't get mark out. Unless the man one and I get the ball, then say, oh, they can get mark out and the defender the word. That means to Real Madrid, first leg, you know, the man know that find Alan. You understand?
Yeah.
So everybody thinks say, Rudiger, come on. Against,
Yeah,
against,
no,
against,
no.
against,
You
against,
may just laugh at me with that still.
yeah, against Real Madrid, the foreign. Alan get big a chance. Allow a quarter, trust me. That the man, like the man said, everybody else can score except for Alan. Like the mother see the man make,
Yeah.
the mother see the man make
The
against
first
Alan.
half, man. The
Yeah,
goalie
trust
for
me.
saves the man that I make
Aja,
for real.
all them man them hype up defender. Yeah, see, like if Alan get the ball, if Alan get chances, he might take them. You understand? If just pass ball to the man, and the man will take him chance. Just pass, but try find the man. But you know, nobody try force it. Just try find man a beautiful position, and
Bro,
just
it's basically the same thing Spurs do. Spurs don't really have no elite chance creators like that aside from Kulusevski. Me wouldn't consider Son an elite chance creator. He's an elite finisher. Kane are the one who usually create more for Son. I'm not saying that Son can't create goals as well, but I wouldn't consider him an elite. I would say that one of my main attributes, right? But Kane still can find himself a score 30 goals a season. And that's not only because him score goals by himself. That's a part of it. But they just know how to find him. They know how him play. Them have that chemistry and understanding to know say, yo, you put the bar right there, so Kane I got there. Him like when you put it near post for them situation. Him like when you cut in back and you send it far post, him I got there. Like them kind of thing there, them have that little understanding there. But
oh,
just for again transition on a little bit more, I'm looking at this upcoming 23-24 season. And 2 years ago, it was Liverpool who beat them by one point to clinch second in a row, or should I say a second defense of the title. Then last season it was Arsenal who got the three-peat. And this season, who do you think it will be coming up as our main title challengers?
Arsenal again.
You think Arsenal? Well, me I go spin that different way. I go say Liverpool I go come back.
No, Liverpool need a DM, a resell a DM, and a next centre back to play a left centre back. Because in have that, you understand? In have a left centre back because Roberts played it. Roberts love go forward, even though him play left centre back, he
True.
love go forward. So them call him that and need a real DM because they don't have none right now. Them have McAllister the 8, who play as the 8, and then boy plays the 10, both for Leipzig, but they have a number 8. Number 6.
So
They
for
want love you.
Arsenal, I'm looking at the thing when I look upon specifically with Arsenal. I don't really hear a lot of people that talk about, what is their main objective for next season?
Win the league.
You go do what you do last season and aim for win the league, put on a strong tackle challenge at least for the whole entire season. But at the same time, you want to get to the latter stages of the Champions League, right? Because
Definitely. A
group
long
stage
time
now
ago,
go cut it.
a long time,
Round of
yeah.
16 now
Now,
go cut it. Like you need for me at least quarterfinals, and even some Arsenal fans are gonna say them even want that. Them want
semi-finals.
semi-finals and them thing. There, isn't me?
Semi-finals.
So would do they have the squad for say, you know what, we're gonna launch a
They have the squad,
whole
man.
season Premier League title challenge,
They
and at
have
the
the squad,
same
man.
time going
I
final
know.
of the Champions League. Well, I know,
Champion.
and at the
Yeah.
same time, no say, yo, you have to win something, So you can't put the whole of your eggs in the league basket or the Champions League basket. So you have to go strong in the Prem too, in the cup them too. You can't throw in them competition there. So, and this is the first season them back in the Champions League with 4 competitions where they want to take seriously. So do they have enough to go all the way in everything? That's my question.
Then get a squad them now. It percent then get Raya from Brentford. They have a squad depth.
Good
They have a
keeper.
squad depth. But these 15 squad depth and mentalities. Trust me, football and play by football alone. Foot alone. Play by your brain,
True.
psychology, mentally. None of these players never been to a situation that they have to win that game. Well, last season, and you saw them crumble. They saw them
True.
crumble in last.
And
You
that's a
understand?
point. That's a point.
And
Exactly the point
Champions
I'm trying to make.
although we used to win league every year. Champions League got different thing. Remember, I said enough phones reach that Champions League, Enough
True. Yeah.
heartbreak reach that Champions League,
And
You
that's something
understand?
say that got happen because every time something happened, it was something different. Sometime I pep, sometime I teeth forget teeth. Like, when we play against Spurs, I feel like that goal was handball, same way, man. I
And
leg off for that. But
then change the rule. Then change the
after
handball
that,
after that
I'm
game.
not even say like it's spilled milk. I'm not about it forever, but I'm not gonna forget that. You get me? I say it was always something different. When it was against Madrid, I still believe we should have got the final a year there, but the
Yo,
players are the one who really left with them right there. So
I will
not
never
Pep,
forgive
not the
Mahrez.
rules and all them things there.
I will
You
never
see me?
forgive Mahrez. Right? I will never forgive Mahrez and Foden for that game. The
But
man they miss. Yo, we can give
for
Manchester
no,
6
for
in the first
me,
leg.
Mahrez mainly is the culprit. Him do the
Yo,
same thing
Mahrez.
where Cos Foden final.
Yo,
Like the man gets so many chances to square the ball into Foden, and the man
I know
just
and
never
take
look
shot.
on him. Never look on him at all. But the point I'm trying to make is it was always something, a different obstacle, and every year we learn from it. Even when it was Chelsea, like the players learn from that experience, and say for this season, I feel like we really implied all of that. One time I was against Bayern, if you look on that couple seasons ago, we probably would have beat them.
No.
We played them at Allianz last. We probably would have lose a match there, and
Yeah.
then maybe
Come back,
go
yeah.
extra time or something like that. So
Yo, would that make everything you players?
yeah, and that is something we never really for previous years. I feel like we dominate them possession
I still
wise and
lose.
probably goals. But if you look at the amount of goals we concede in our previous Champions League campaigns, it never as much as last season. Last season we conceded must have 5 goal whole tournament.
Yeah, and 3 goal and knockout commission 3.
We conceded like 5 against
trade
Madrid
them away.
alone last season.
And trade them away.
Yeah,
All right.
exactly.
We get Leicester 7. We get Bayern 3. We get Real Madrid 4. Is he first against Real Madrid? Real Madrid have passed balls 13 times. 13
Yo,
times.
the first 20 minutes, the man them not
Yo.
brother. The man
They
them
want
are the best match that maybe to play under Pep fully. The Madrid one match.
I want to best true. True.
But
Trust me.
just for divert it back to Liverpool, Elijah Larson in the chat also say Liverpool, if they get a centre back and CDM or 2, they will challenge us for the league.
True.
For me, so what I realize that both Pep do and Klopp copy is where me I go with. Like Pep basically likes to build a team will have all of the tools we need for the season, and then he build a system around it. So I feel like say, like we might lose a player like so like Aguero left and with the one Kane. Like that was for that specific system the way they want. We never get Kane to decide we're gonna wait a year and look for a player like Haaland. And Pep decides, you know what? These are the players I'm gonna have left back after making that decision. So I'm gonna build a system where work with them players here and push it forward. And if you realize every season him change something about the team. last season decide say, I'm going to do the 3-box-3 with the 4 centre back them and one of them I go beside a Raji. Who knows where I come with next season, and it might start off with that, and then by halfway through the season, him say, all right, boom, front two. Alvarez and Haaland are going to play.
Every year,
Remember, one time people used to tell me, say, Pep will never play a back three. Never, because that's not him style. Them say, oh, look on Barcelona, look on Bayern Munich. He never played a back three with them, so he's not coming to City to play a back three. And then look on last season, we win a treble with a back three. Now people are telling me, say, I'm not going to ever play a front two. Bro, you don't know. You don't know.
Pep, you're on Cruyff. Boy, that. You're on Cruyff. Race Pep. Pretty ball game. Tiki-taka. Total football. Pep play 4 centre back. I win the trouble. In Champions League for 11 years. And he come and win back with 4 defenders. We never see it coming.
I feel like Klopp tried to do a similar thing to where him just build the team and work with him up after that. Maybe I see him put somebody else in that role. Maybe say for example, Matip, you don't really play so well in a centre back now because your age may go transition in a CDM and more you play this type of CDM role. Maybe just like a extra defender up front in front of that and get like another centre back for cover Van Dijk and Konate. Like even something like that. Or say, you know what, get another CDM. I feel like Lavia good for what I want to do, but I feel like Lavia is like a Fabinho, where it's like just an out and out destroyer there we can again assist you with going forward. I feel like Lavia is more like second and third phase than he is the first phase of play. So I feel like him alone are gonna be where them need for launch another title charge. But again, I have respect for Klopp as a manager. I'm feel like say the know-how we have, plus the tools we have now. You have to remember, Fabinho never really have the best of seasons last season, and that was not the reason why them never challenged it. It was the other midfielders around Fabinho. And now them have some really good players in Szoboszlai, them have McAllister coming in there, who can probably play a pivot role as well, and help out more forward. And I feel like there's something there that I think Arsenal should be looking at Liverpool and trying to keep pace with them and us. Like stay ahead of Liverpool and then try look at Manchester City. But if even so like halfway through the season, Liverpool is ahead of Arsenal, boy man, I feel like it really gonna be tough for Arsenal to force them way into a title challenge there.
Last 5-10 games of season Liverpool, the top two, like me and Liverpool are competing and
Arsenal not catch them back.
Arsenal not catch them back.
But even if Liverpool don't get a DM in this window, if them can wall out until January and then get a DM in a January, bro, like them might can come up with some heat.
True, man. True.
Yeah. And another question I'm gonna ask you: what are your thoughts on Newcastle and their season? Because nobody discuss them. Them do some business on the sly. Them are take like, time a creep up as well.
I feel like the Champions League have a toe upon them.
Similar with Arsenal, yeah.
Yeah. I feel like I have a real toe upon them. But I feel like I'm not come top 6 same way. I'm not sure about top 4. Because I feel like Chelsea are surprising for me. Chelsea might surprise me for me. So, but they might come top 6, eh?
I said that to Mane too.
Yeah, man.
Keep an eye on what they might do because Pochettino is another one where really good and they have the type of squad when we work really well with.
Is he going to get Caicedo? Watch out for him.
Caicedo, Enzo, and Nkunku. Oh God, man, that's a midfield that.
Yeah, they want to do good. They want to do good. They think it any Monday, but yeah, but they want to get top 6. Newcastle get top 6. You know what I mean? Newcastle get top 6, but I feel like I'm going top 4 again, but
top 5 now, 5th place get Champions League for next season.
Well. If you have credentials, like if you have the coefficient, I mean, like
no. Oh, the coefficient thing work is Premier League coefficient overall is what give you the extra 5th spot. So because the season of next season are gonna be more teams in general, one of the extra spot them go to the Premier League.
Oh yeah, because
so if you finish 5th place in the Premier League, you're gonna get the Champions League.
Oh yeah, well then can come 5th. Who knows?
Yeah.
Won't be like top 6.
I'm gonna feel like Spurs.
But forget about it. You see, we feel like if you're in Champions League that year, if you never win it, if you never win it, you never win the real Champions League to me. That's the facts. You understand? Yeah,
I'm
that's
up.
like
Yeah.
if that year gone, if that year passed, and win Champions League, I'm before. You know when you reach Champions League because reach Champions League
That's why I
top
didn't
four.
want, but really want to win it either last year or this year. You see, after we lose
Just
to Madrid, me I think to myself, me I bite off the whole of my nail them and me I say, yo, we have to win it in the next 2 years, bro. Because if we win it, the year when it change, everybody gonna say, oh, bro, you know,
yeah,
winning
yeah.
like what kind of Champions League that you win, bro? False Champions League, all that foolishness. So I'm glad we get it out of the way, man. Glad we can start for a couple of the
Mhm.
new one them now. But um,
Yeah,
two more
yeah,
topics.
yeah.
Two more topics before we can close off.
Uh,
What are your personal trophy expectations for Manchester City this season? Like, if we don't
All
at
right,
least win this, it's a failure to you.
all right. Yo, to be honest, I'm a complete football lag. Anything I want us, win Champions League, I can't be sure that. But all right, be honest. If a four one league, either win the league again or Champions League. No, two ways about that. Or we got
Mm.
win both. But what if we win either the Champions League again or the league again? Me not satisfied with win a FA Cup or the Carabao Cup or one cup, either the league, anything else about either the league or Champions League or anything is a bonus.
So, would you like which one of them you would have personally prefer for win if we could have only win one of them, the league or the Champions League?
Yo, before win Champions League, we say always the league. Always the league because
Mm.
we say cope with it and say, yo, the league harder for win because they know a 38 game and you know consistency or you know a 13 game you doing it. But the feeling when we get when the just score that goal in the final, I think none ever I got eclipse that.
Yeah,
So based on an emotion standpoint, when I say Champions League, but based on a longevity and say oh like a measuring thing, like I say over season long course of season, that's the league. Because you know 38 games
fair
and
enough.
to me four P is more important than back to back Champions League. Reason being Liverpool
Mm.
in history of football, nobody in history of Premier League football, no one has ever done with four-peat. No one, not one
Good.
person in history of
We're glad they
English football
mentioned that.
from 1880 to now, nobody
Yeah,
ever four-peat.
we're glad they
So and but
mentioned that.
Champions League, I think nothing first go back to back.
Yeah, Madrid definitely go back to back.
Yeah, no, yeah, whatever like Premier League team. Like
Oh yeah, 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 yeah.
Liverpool go back to back 84, 85, and, you know, 80, 77, 78, 78, whatever. And Nottingham Forest do it as well. But
Okay, yeah, yeah.
four-peat is more important. Yeah, because four-peat, because nobody. Not Manchester and they side with Ferguson. Now Liverpool sides with him again. Charlotte, none of them.
Mm.
All the teams, none Liverpool, Chelsea, nobody. They go four-peat. So if nobody will go four-peat, so may I say that to me is so important to go four-peat. But much if you go four-peat, I'm going back to back Champions League. Well, not wrong, but yeah, either
Right.
Champions League
Yeah,
or
I
league.
understand that. I understand that. Well, for me, last season, my personal expectation for the season was that we'll win two trophies, right? And I wanted at least one of the big ones. So and everybody I tell me say that's not enough, that's not good enough. And me I say if me get the league and any one of the domestic cups, I'm happy with that. And we'll go again next season and we'll try and improve on that. But because I know say it was a transition year, I never want to say yo ask for too much and all that. I mean I say if we win the Champions League and one of the domestic cups, or we win the double of the Premier and the Champions League, that's a great season as well. For obvious reasons. And similarly for this season, I think I'm going back to that. Particularly, I would want us to win the league and any one of the domestic cups. Probably the Carabao Cup more than the FA Cup, just for the fact of having the most
Yeah,
Carabao Cups like we speak of before. And for the reason why you say
yeah,
like the four-peat. I would love to win the Champions League again. People did always tell me say the feeling of winning the Champions League cannot compare to winning the Premier League. But it's hard for me really accept that because I watch the team win, experience a team win 93-20, which that was very, very dramatic. And at the same time, or a couple of
Yeah,
years
yeah,
later,
yeah.
I watch how Gundogan win it last season. That was also very, very dramatic as well. So when time we win the Champions League, it wasn't necessarily just the feeling of winning the Champions League excite me, but that sealed the treble for me. So I don't know if it would have be a
Yeah, that
different feeling winning just the Champions League alone versus winning the treble, because the treble is obviously way better than just the Champions League. And I'm gonna live on that for the rest of my life.
so definitely.
So it kind of corrupted for me. Like I don't really know how it feel for win the Champions League by itself. Like I know the treble feeling though.
True.
But yeah,
When no off, when no awful, honestly, when no awful in the Champions League and come six the same season or come fourth. We
facts,
no
yeah,
win Champions League
yeah.
and win. I win the league as well. You understand?
I
Or
don't
come
know
seven,
about
we don't win the league
Champions
as
League
well.
this year and then come
Yeah,
12,
yeah,
like 2 years. I don't know about none of them thing there.
yeah,
That
yeah.
weird to me.
Honestly, yeah, yeah. We not do it, but I to each your own. You
Yeah,
understand?
right,
So
right,
yeah,
right.
we can do it.
But the last topic
Yeah,
what I want to get your thoughts on is the community shield. Where I tell me about the community shield. Where I look out for, how you think it going to play out, give me a score prediction, players where you look for from both sides. Give me your thoughts. I even want the community shield, like you care about that competition, and I know a lot of people don't really rate it.
we don't really care about it. Uh, every year we don't really care about it until we go play it, but that was actually because our first game before the Premier League season.
Mm.
Alright, alright. Community Shield is time, but to me, this is the most important Community Shield we ever play because our potentially with title challengers. Not saying that Liverpool back in the day don't play Liverpool, no title challengers, but we know Liverpool stay already. You understand?
Mm.
And Liverpool to beat it. Liverpool to beat it, and we used to beat Liverpool. So it's like we can, you know what? I'll commission that.
Yeah.
Arsenal now. Arsenal beat it for how long years in the Premier League? About 7 years now. How long Arsenal beat in the Premier League? So we always want to edge over Arsenal. Arsenal come full strength. Forget the psychological edge over it. We don't want
Yeah.
that because in the issue of anything, we don't want is an uprising. If you lead
True.
something, we don't want is an uprising. So you want people anything a threat, you want to stay as much down as you
Yeah.
understand, demotivate them as much.
Yeah.
Because
Fully.
Mr. Arsenal, right, is Arsenal young. Arsenal is one for the ages. If Arsenal can win one Premier League, why they can't win the next one? Because they have a young team. And if
True.
they get one
True.
experience, if they get one title experience, they already have experience already and they're young already. As I'm saying, use the panel side. So you want to keep that side as much as you want. So winning this is as I've been for the mind. If meeting tomorrow, I can beat them convincingly. As for the mind, say, all right, shit, we can't be a team right now. So every time I play with, they always have the fear factor with it. So
Yeah.
what I want, I was have a mental edge over him. So
It's kind of like when we
more with
beat them
that
at
keep
the
it.
FA Cup last season, Like they never really take it
Yes,
that
man, eat that.
serious. But when we do
Them
play
eat
them
that.
at Emirates, after that, like we already are bouncing at the match. Like, yo, we beat them already a
Yes,
couple of weeks
we beat
ago,
them already.
Like
right.
them just try
That
get the
match them up.
first win over we
That
now.
match them up. You
Yeah.
see, go all out against the FA Cup and beat it. Can they never better from it?
I feel
That
like
time there.
because them would have that little extra step. They're like, yo, them are the
Yeah.
Giants and the defending champions, But we beat them already. Like, yo, we can beat them again,
Yeah.
and we yard with them. Like, and then we are gonna be like, yo, we can, cause we do this before a couple years ago, but them just beat with the other day. Like, what changed since then? Them are gonna have the momentum now. Like, we have to get the win if we want catch up to them, cause them already ahead of we. Like, enough things that are not play upon our mind. You remember a couple years ago went with Chelsea, before the Champions League, like 3 or 4 times we played them that season, and then beat
Sure.
with and then beat with every single time.
I
And we just keep on tell
same
ourselves,
time.
say, yo, next time we're gonna beat them in the next time. And then we go to finals, I say, yo, this is the time to beat them now. Still never work. Cause them just have the mental edge, like, yo, we beat them brother
Because
every time we play them so far.
they have the edge over it.
Yeah, exactly. But one part I'm kinda slightly disagree with is Community Shield last year. We just come off a Premier League challenge from Liverpool, and then we play them at the Community Shield, and them win. So and we still come back and start better than them in the season. Albeit, I feel like that was a part of the reason why them beat we at Anfield, because them have that little extra momentum there from winning the Community Shield over we. Because that make them get a little bit more of them best. Seeing as, oh, yo, we can beat that team here. We don't feel like them unbeatable. You see me? But again, like, I don't really feel like it got derail the title as much. And we play Arsenal. October, I think it's October we play Arsenal.
October, yeah, October.
That's really soon. If
We
them
have play,
like that's a
we
chance
have,
to really rectify it, if anything. Or
we have play
maybe
Manu, we have play Manu
just
tomorrow,
like
yeah.
Liverpool. Yeah, that is a mad
Mm-hmm.
month. We're gonna play Arsenal, then we're gonna play Brighton, and then we're gonna play Manu. And I think the two
Mm-hmm.
big six match them are away. So I don't know if old Premier
Yeah.
League I try set we up so, but we just have to go work with it and go through it,
You
man.
see it. You see it. I see the black man. They want to lose the league, man. Entire one team league. But
Yeah.
that's the go. I feel
Yeah, I
time
forgot
now.
to earn it.
Make
I
it
forgot to earn
nice.
it, man. But
Mm.
what your score prediction for the game?
2-1. No, 3-1.
3-1. Okay.
City.
I feel like it's gonna be a tight game. I'm not really sure how
I'll
serious Pepper gonna take it. I don't feel like we're gonna see him best 11 or best tactics. I feel like we're more see that from
Come on, Pep, I
Arsenal,
think
but I
it's
don't feel like we'll get all out Arsenal either. But I feel like Pepper go. I hope Pep use a chance to look at other players and see where them are going with before the start of the season. So him at least know which part him want to rank them in the squad. But I went
2.
for probably 1-1 after 90 minutes. I don't know if it's gonna go extra time or straight
No,
up penalties,
penalties.
but
Straight penalties.
I see us
Yeah.
beating them regardless. And alternately, I also go with the 2-1 because I feel like it still I go come out to be a close game. You remember if you remember last Community Shield, Darwin Núñez score and tear off his shirt and the man look like him just win the
Waste man.
Champions League and thing like,
Waste man.
bro,
You see it.
relax.
You
Relax
see it.
yourself.
Man going the most wave.
But
Man going the most wave and go flop.
I feel like Arsenal are gonna come out with that same type of intensity there, but them now go behave like that for the win. You get me I say? So might be a 2-1 or might be a 1-1 and then we'll edge them thing.
Don't surprise if they go even worse because it's a relief for them. You understand? And remember, I said Arsenal no win, no. Yeah. So
Fair enough. And any players you're looking out for on either side?
Tomorrow?
Yeah.
I look out for the Saka and the Foden. Match up. Yeah, because I talk about it a lot. I'm interested in the debate because it's blasphemy. It's blasphemous to debate those two. Does you take of it? Yeah.
Oh, yeah. All right. Understandable. Elijah with the last comment of the show as well before we wrap up. And he says the reason Newcastle get Champions League last season because Liverpool and Chelsea both have a bad season last season. So this season both of them are gonna come back. And it's for me, this is going to be one of the most entertaining Premier League seasons because we have City, we have Liverpool looking for comeback into the mix and challenge for the title again. Same thing from Arsenal, and both of them. Arsenal is in the Champions League next season, so they have to really come show out. Newcastle as well, we already mentioned. Eddie Howe still have to prove himself because the moment him stop, them are gonna look for replace him with a big world class name of a manager. So me interested to see where him and the team I got bring to the Champions League and the Prem. I really want to see Champions League nights at what them ground name?
Emirates.
No man, Newcastle. What them ground name again?
St. James.
St. James's Park. I really want to see St. James's Park for a Champions League night. I want to say, European teams are gonna cope with that because that atmosphere is intense. So I feel like that are gonna really be a good plus for them. And a Champions League with them not enough for how much years. So I know the fans are come out for that and go on bad. And similarly, Spurs are go way under the radar. Nobody now expect anything from Spurs. I mean, I hear some things where the manager tell them, which is exactly that, like just expressing yourself, play on the best football. You know, matter if it work or not, nobody's expecting anything from you. And that's a crazy type of team to play against. Them they really have fight for anything. Them in Europe, them just a focus on getting the best possible season. And then similar to Chelsea, like them finished 12. A lot of people are underestimate them as well. Pochettino is an established manager in the Premier League. Him just a come from a manage PSG and I go deep in a Champions League and them thing there. And at the very least, him go want to get them back in the Champions League. That are gonna be for them pushing and goal. And Nkunku is a baller with me really, really rate as well. So hopefully them turn him in a one next Havertz. But because Havertz is another player I'm rating in Germany and then got Chelsea and flap himself. But hopefully that's a similar situation over there. Cause I'm tired to see them ball like me rate to go over Chelsea, man. Sick and tired, right?
Yeah, yeah.
But
Mm.
even other teams like Brighton forcing to get themselves into the mix. My sister them I get kudos from
Yeah,
Ajax. Bad man signing that. More see how that work out in the Prem. That's supposed to be a replacement for McAllister. And then teams like Aston Villa again get them Europe. May I look for see what them doing at Europe and try get in the Europa League for next year. That's gonna be big for them too. So I feel like
yeah.
enough teams in the Prem this season have something for prove. Burnley, I don't think Burnley will go back down next season. I do not think Burnley. I think Burnley are staying at the Prem.
No,
I don't know
no,
for who, but I
no.
think they must stay in at the Prem.
Yeah, yeah.
So
True, man.
there's just
All
so
right,
much
Bernie,
teams to look out for.
company. Yeah, company, a good coach. Watch him.
And see,
Mm.
similar with Sheffield, like I think Burnley was the team. Obviously, the team will give them the most problem, but them dispatch most of the team them in the championship fairly easily. And Middlesbrough was another team up there with them,
Yeah.
but it was mainly just Burnley and Sheffield was just mashing up the championship. So I'm interested to see what's to come from this new season, and there are a lot of things to come. I'm not sure how I'm gonna keep up with all of the football, but I try my best because I really want to see what's to come from this one. But I
Yeah.
appreciate you forward. I think this has been a good episode, a good hour and 30 minutes
Yeah,
chat.
man. Yeah, man. Me appreciate it, man.
Yeah, man. And I always tune into the JA Dugout as well. Because I
Me
know a lot
appreciate
of the
it, man.
man them who feature up on the channel. I always have to
Yeah,
give
man.
my
Respect for that.
support and leave some comments over there as well.
Yeah.
But that being said, guys, don't
Mm-hmm.
forget, like this video, show some love to this video, because this need to do some
Yeah.
rounds. It was a great chat, a lot
Yeah.
of
Subscribe,
information
man.
being shared, and also show
Yeah.
some love to the channel. I think we're still at 76 subscribers, and the goal is to get to 100 subscribers before the end of the year. So, do really help me out with that goal. I'm not sure the exact
Yeah.
subscriber count for the JA Dugout. I think it was 56 the last time I checked. Hopefully
Mm-hmm.
by the end of the month here, at
Yeah.
least
Fix it.
by the end
Fix
of
it.
the
Fix
month
it.
here, we can see 60. Like, but come on, help the guys out. They don't know.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. 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 I see what you.
hopefully there's a lot more conversation like this to come as well. I was planning to do a FIFA match stream on Tuesday. I'm not really sure if I didn't get the confirmation on that, but I'm trying to see if I can set something up and bring back the FIFA series a little bit. And I will be doing a match
Mm-hmm.
reaction after the Community Shield match tomorrow. Aside from those, on Wednesday is my preview for the start of the season, because Burnley is that first game on Friday, so I want to do that match preview on Wednesday. Not sure if we'll have a guest yet. If Rolanda is free, maybe he'll join me for that. But we'll definitely see how the whole of
Yeah,
that
man. We're
goes.
free, man.
We'll definitely see how the whole of that goes, and try to set
Yeah,
up
man.
something, is it? But yep, that's what we have for you guys today. Definitely help out the both channels, check out some previous videos as well. Everything's still up, and hope to see you guys on the next one. Until next time, my side.
All right. Active.